Vintage Story is very much a game about struggle. Struggle to survive, struggle to travel, struggle to prosper, and struggle to produce. But with each advancement we make, the closer we move to eliminating these struggles. There are a great many increasingly complex mechanisms for us to master in the future, and in order to explore them, we're going to need to improve the standard of living around the base. Part 1. The board. The saw isn't the only thing we can make good use of now that we're smithing the full range of tools, but it does give us access to the board. The board is an essential ingredient in a variety of items that are either totally unavailable previously or are massive upgrades compared to their primitive equivalents. Note that there are 52 items you can use boards to make, but I'll only be focusing on things directly useful to us right now. To start, up until now, our only way of storing items is the tool rack, leaning them against walls, reed baskets, and storage vessels. The storage vessel remains useful for the entire game, as it actually slows the spoil of foods placed inside of it, but it's an expensive item in terms of time and energy to produce. The crate, constructed at a cost of 14 or a little less than 1 log each, can store a huge amount of material. 1,280 items in total, or 20 stacks of 64, and can stack flush with other crates. They can be opened or closed using the crafting grid so you can see inside of them, although certain items will just automatically convert the crate to the closed graphic. The crate does not operate like a normal chest. It only holds one type of item at a time, but in addition to its superior storage capacity and low cost, it also allows you to pull from and deposit rapidly, as you can left or right-click in combination with crouch and sprint to instantly grab or deposit individual amounts or full stacks. It's a little confusing at first, but it's a great block to use in certain circumstances, like storing stone. At a higher cost, as it now requires smithing strips and nails, is the wooden chest. The chest holds a little less than a crate, 16 slots in total, but is a bit more user-friendly as you can simply open and close them to view and organize its contents. Chests can store any item in any amount or combination. They can be combined in the crafting grid to form the trunk or double chest as well. A well-organized inventory makes the game a lot easier and keeps your inventory clear of junk. Up to this point, you've been using the rough door. I was going to say, this is the most evil thing ever constructed in the history of gaming, and was personally coded by Satan into the game, as there is a random chance each time you use it, it may fall off of its hinges. However, to my surprise, when editing this video, I found that is no longer the case. So never mind. With boards, you can now construct the solid door. The sleek door looks a little better, but only the solid door will either seal rooms or cellars shut temperature-wise, so is the preferential choice. The trapdoor is a means of sealing shut vertical shafts in the same means as the door. Note that while it does work to seal cellars, cellars do not care what elevation they're at, so putting them underground is an aesthetic choice only, and long access tubes can occasionally cause a cellar not to function properly, as the game is viewing them as one room. Best to use a regular door or blocks to seal a cellar. The bucket. Unlike in Minecraft, single blocks of water are infinite sources, and the bucket allows you to produce these at will. A water source in your base can be useful for cleaning rot, quenching hot metal, and using as a cooking ingredient. Out in the field, water can be used to easily tunnel straight down into the earth in relative safety, although breaking into a cave can get hairy. Although you will need to periodically pop into the wall for an air break and make sure to use a light source other than a torch, it's definitely my favorite way of mining. Watering can become a thing of the past by incorporating water right into your garden, a massive time save. The bucket is also used to move all other liquids in the game, so it's an essential item for the future. The vertical rack, formerly the mold rack, allows you to easily keep a library of casting molds in your smithy without taking up room on the floor. The shelf has limited usability as a superior option, but can make for an attractive way of storing your bowls and pots. They also hold food items, but they will rot at the same rate as if left out. The proper bed. This upgrade to the straw bed allows you to sleep an hour and a half longer, which can be a boon for players unwilling or unable to operate in the dark, or who are waiting on ceramics or charcoal to finish firing. The sign and signpost. You can write on both using pigments, charcoal or black coal for black, limestone for chalk or white, lapis lazuli for blue, cinnabar for red, and malachite for green. Hold Shift and right-click and you can write whatever you like. Adjust the font size to your liking, and click Save to confirm. When using chests for storage, the sign makes for a useful way of labeling. You can also use them to remind you of things or inform other players, and can help you navigate cave systems. The signpost is a block that allows you to mark off specific directions. As I play with the map enabled, I just use waypoints to mark locations, making the signpost more of a decorative block than a useful one, but they can be used to inform other players of your base or a viable mining site along a road. On the topic of decorative blocks, while I said that I'd like to focus on utility only, it's worth mentioning the plank. You get 4 per log, and they come in 12 colors. They make for a much more attractive material than dirt and mud bricks, and let's be honest, you are proud of your little dirt hovel, but it's probably time we stop living in mud. Getting frustrated by blocks being oriented the wrong way? No need to break and replace them, use the wrench to rotate it as much as you like. Grass and sticks can be a royal pain to collect. The scythe can remove and collect grass much faster than the knife.
Yeah, it's whatever, it'll be done soon. No, I'm just collecting stuff.
And the shears break large amounts of branches and leaf blocks, yielding plenty of sticks and seeds. And that does it for quality of life upgrades available to us right away. Ahead of us is a winding path of various branches, and we could touch on a variety of topics next. In the next video, I'll touch on alloys and their various uses, starting with bronze.